Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to have a look at the latest from the live radar, run for the UKV, have a look at the precipitation and the temperature over the next 5 days. So we are seeing much colder conditions pushing in for all over the next 24 hours as we do see a proper push of polar maritime air. Now in the far southeast it still probably will be around the mid-teens, so only slightly below average, but the further northwards you go, closer to the source of that cold air, it is going to get even colder, with potentially conditions over the Highlands of Scotland being cold enough for some wintry showers and maybe even some frost, which isn't completely out of the ordinary for early June, but it is pretty unusual when this time of year we can see temperatures getting into the 30-degree range, but no, instead we are stuck below average, and it is going to be pretty chilly, even down towards the south where it has been relatively warm the last couple of days. However, as we head towards the weekend, those temperatures will recover. The cold air does run out. Of course, it is summer now, so we can't really see a consistent stream of cold air. So it will run out, but it will take a little bit of time for those temperatures to get back towards average. As we look into the longer range, still looking pretty up and down with more of an active amplified jet stream, which may keep more unsettled conditions and some of those cooler air masses in and around us, but it does look like things could improve as we head towards the middle of the month, with signs of higher pressure building in definitely for the south, maybe further north as well, bringing in warmer air masses. But there is still lots of speculation for the longer term, and we'll try and pinpoint that in the second half of the video. So do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well, the link's in the description. Now, if you start on the live radar, you can see it's been a fairly dry day today. Most areas have actually been relatively warm, especially the further southwards you go, so we are still hanging on to that muggy air that we have had over the weekend, which has been pretty decent temperatures, again towards the 20 to 22 degree range. I was out today and it was very muggy and warm out there, and I did think to myself, it's going to be very weird come tomorrow when that fresher air is pushing in. Might take until Wednesday for the far southeast corner, but for most, tomorrow that fresh air will be in and it will feel like we're back in spring. You can see out towards the North Atlantic at the moment all those showers that are just off the edge of northern Scotland. That is the fresher polar maritime air moving in, and although it's not likely to bring many heavy showers, there are always likely to be frequent showers further northwards, and again some of them could be wintry. Now, I do put on the temperatures as around 11 p.m. this evening, so quite late I'm recording this, but you can see generally those temperatures aren't actually all too bad, around the mid-teens still this evening. But as we get into tomorrow, some areas are not going to get much above what they are now and could even drop through the day tomorrow as that cold air pushes in. Now, if you have a look at the latest UKV, you can see the cloud pushing in overnight tonight with more areas of rain as we head into Tuesday morning, and this is that weather front pushing in, bringing in that much fresher air. It does activate a little bit more through tomorrow afternoon. You can already see wintry showers across the Scottish mountains. Elsewhere though, showery conditions, cloud and outbreaks of rain, some of them heavy at times, some of these areas of rain, and you can see it slowly sweeping south and eastwards through the afternoon into the evening, and then we're all into that drier, fresher air. As you can see, the showers are focused in the north and west, and they aren't too heavy, but they could be heavy in a few spots. Those showers continue through Wednesday, where again it will be a pretty fresh day, typical sort of northwesterly wind, what we'd expect to see sort of early in spring or late winter, not what we'd expect to see in the first week of June, and it keeps it chilly all the way through to Thursday, before eventually into Friday you can start to see that wind veers to a more of a flat westerly, and the temperatures start to increase further southwards. You can see that the fresher air is in for all through Wednesday and Thursday, but slowly those upper air temperatures start to rise as we head into the latter part of the week, as milder air starts to push back in from the southwest, still chillier though further northwards. Now, if you look at those max temperatures you see earlier this afternoon, widely towards the 20-degree mark for many, as has been fairly mild today, around average, maybe even slightly above average in a few areas. But as we head into tomorrow, still could see a 20 to 23 in the far southeast. But further north and westward, look at that, all the way down into single digits or low teens, as it is much chillier indeed. Now you can see by Wednesday, all areas are much colder. Look at those overnight temperatures, widely mid-single digits, even towards the London area, only 7 to 9 degrees, which is pretty chilly indeed for the time of year, and frost potentially in some rural areas and over higher ground. Into Wednesday afternoon, the temperatures are looking pretty poor, only 16 or 17 in the far southeast, and that's the pick of the bunch. Most areas are only 10 to 15 degrees, and that is well below average for the time of year by a good 4 or 5 degrees in many areas, colder than that in other regions. And of course, when you add on the winds and the showers and the cloud, the feel-like temperature will probably be a degree or two, maybe more, lower than this. So we'll probably feel more like a spring day in those low teens than what we'd expect as being the high teens or low 20s this time of year. The only caveat is the sun is going to be out, so it is actually going to feel pleasant in the sun. But when a shower comes over, cloud comes over, then you're going to really feel the chill in the air. Same can be said for Thursday. Again, the risk of a bit of a frost in northern areas into Thursday morning. And by Thursday afternoon, still chilly, but those temperatures are slightly higher. And this is because the surface is starting to warm up again as that cold air slowly loses its severity. And the same can be said for Friday. We're slowly getting back towards 18 to 21, nudging back towards average. And you see for most of England, we're back towards average by Friday, Saturday, back towards 17 to 20 degrees, but still chillier further northwards. Now, if you have a look at the latest GFS to see what is in store for the next couple of weeks, you can see that north to northwesterly wind arriving over the next couple of days, but slowly getting pushed away by a westerly by the weekend, with higher pressure making a return. Now, that is looking positive, but it's not dominating, unfortunately, which means there could be interludes of fresher air and lower pressure at times. But generally towards the end of the run, day 15, it's actually relatively high pressure dominated, and there are warmer air masses mixing in. So even though it's not going to be dominant in terms of warm and dry conditions, there's going to be plenty of warm and dry conditions within this period. You see, the cumulative precipitation isn't massive, but definitely higher further north, and that's where those lows ride over the high. Further southwards, you can see a pocket of dry conditions. That is where the high pressure is more dominant. So we'll have to wait and see, but it could be a bit of a north-south split, both in terms of temperatures and in terms of precipitation. Now, if you compare to the GM, see what that is showing over the next 10 days. Again, that north to northwesterly wind pushing in, high pressure returning, and potentially turning things a little bit warmer towards day 10. But again, it's not dominating the darker reds where the thick of the high is still out towards the Azores, out in the mid-Atlantic. And you can see, yes, we have got milder air mixing in, but still a few fresher air masses mixing about and a bit of instability. So although it would be positive, going in the right direction, it wouldn't be completely dry and it wouldn't be warm for all. Now, if you compare for the ECMWF, again, very similar with a northwesterly wind over the next few days. High pressure returning by the weekend, start of next week. But by day 10, again, just seeing small lows riding over the highs. Generally still looks decent, but you can see briefly fresher air masses and more low pressure pushing in at times. ECMWF again emphasising, although high pressure looks to be dominating more towards the middle of the month, there could be lower pressure, colder interludes still breaking out within that overall change. Now, if you look at the latest ensembles, you can see the big dip in the next 24 hours to well below average. It really takes a good 5 or 6 days to get back towards average for the upper air temperatures. At the surface, as I said, we're likely to get back towards average by Friday, Saturday for London, and that is because the upper air temperatures are rising and the surface warms up faster because of the strong sunshine. We are going to see quite a lot of sunshine in the next few days. That is one big positive of this drier, colder air mass. You can see as we head towards the middle of the month, definitely positive for those temperatures, back towards average, maybe nudging above average, but precipitation picks up as well, so that just highlights the uncertainty there. You definitely see, though, for the south, the next week to 10 days, yes, it's a little bit chillier than we want, but it is pretty dry, so it's actually not too bad. So if you enjoy those mid to high teens days, and you enjoy drier weather, then it's actually looking pretty decent the next few days. But if you enjoy something a bit warmer, then it might be a little bit chilly out there the next sort of week or so. So you might want to keep a hoodie around or a jumper on in these sort of conditions. You can see the 2 meter temperatures will take a hit the next couple of days, but back really only towards the mid-teens before slowly rising into next week. But it's a stark contrast to Glasgow, where it's going to drop to 9 or 10 degrees. We're only getting back towards the mid-teens by maybe mid next week, so in around 7 or 8 days' time. So yeah, might take quite a period there. And the reason for that is because we're substantially below average here. Around 8 degrees below average instead of only 5 degrees towards London again, just because we are here closer to the source of that cold air. And you can see precipitation is high again, We're not expecting massive amounts of rain, but definitely a lot more in terms of shower activity. And finally, if we compare to the ECM WF ensembles, we are going to be taking that hit over the next couple of days. Big dip, and very similar to the GFS, returning back towards average, maybe slightly above average head towards the middle of the month, but then we do see also a bit of an increase in precipitation as well. So although it's looking warmer, may bring more showers and more thunderstorms potentially as we head towards the middle of the month. So yes, it's not a particularly warm start to June, but it can be a lot worse. We could see warm upper air temperatures, but lots of rain. Instead, we're seeing the opposite. It's fairly dry, especially the further southwards you go, but it is chilly, and I probably would definitely prefer this to a very unsettled, muggy outlook. So at least we can say that is going for us, and it is going to be very sunny. That is one big positive. Regardless of those temperatures, it will be sunny, so it will feel warm out there if you do bathe in that sunshine. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.